Hi guys, welcome back. This is Mad Chat episode 128, featuring a retrospective of one of Interplay's lesser-known CRPGs, Stonekeep. Stonekeep was originally released in 1995, and it met with mixed reviews, to put it kindly. Seems like it's one of those games that people either loved or hated then and now. I think there's a lot to be said for it though, so without further ado, here is Stonekeep. Oh yes, it is Stonekeep, by none other than Interplay. Look at that. Awesome company, made some of the best CRPGs ever. I'd do almost anything to have these guys back on a team again, making real CRPGs. There's good old Brian Fargo. Of course, I interviewed him earlier. These are guys and gals that definitely had the experience to make a great RPG. Like a lot of these full motion video games, most of the actors are unknowns, and quite rightfully so. This guy coming up here, I was kind of wondering where they got these actors, and this guy here, I'm guessing it was a before actor for some sort of weight loss infomercial. However, I love this lady here. She's got some very nice apples, as you can see there. And here comes the George Lucas, Steven Spielberg connection. Got the little pipsqueak and his big dog, shaggy dog here. Look at that. Take that, Apple! Here we go with the Whispering Death, I believe this is called. The game actually included a novella, a little story, about 160 pages or so. You can search for it online. It took me forever to find it. I read the first chapter. It wasn't bad. Not as good as Twilight, but, the sad part is animals were actually harmed in this production. They actually did kill that dog. I'm just kidding, people. Just kidding. No, but, overall, it is a good story and fun characters. And as you'll see, the characters that come out in the cutscenes, there's a lot of dialogue. This game is one of those games with a lot of character, a lot of soul. It's definitely not perfect, but definitely playable. Very enjoyable. Looking at this today, you might imagine this was a game maybe from 1992, 93, somewhere in there. It actually was released in 95, good 3 years after Ultima Underworld and Doom and all that stuff, so it really suffered by comparison. These guys seem to have been banking on the appeal of full-motion video to wow the critics. It didn't really work out too well for them. But the production cycle, they ran into all kinds of problems, and it took a lot longer to get this released. Swing!
I am Thera, goddess of earth.
Did you say earth or hair? Oh, jeez.
I'll be at the coffee shop tonight reading my poetry.
City of Stonekeep and retrieve the 9 receptacles.
Wait the 9 what?
The 9 receptacles.
Oh boy, I get to find the receptacles! Looks like I've already found the first one.
From the confines of your body. Achieve your goal.
Oh god, let's get out of here before she starts handing out pamphlets. As usual, I'll start you off here with the beginning of the game.
Take these artifacts to aid your quest.
Oh god, she followed me!
Of Afri will aid your personal vision, and Aquila Scroll will store whatever you may find.
I just want to kill some rats! Oh god, she's gone! Okay, let's see if I can punch some poop here. Got me a rock and a skull. Yeah, this is one of those CRPGs that really starts you off with
Beware cool's radiance. Arm yourself quickly. Find the stairs leading down.
Alright, you go that way, I'll go this way. There you go. Let's punch some more poop. Okay, so the breakdown of this is, it's fairly simple. You can use the arrow keys to move around, or WASD. Oh no. You're trying to find some stuff to throw, basically. There'll be a little ant coming up here that I have to dispatch. Don't have any weapons yet, but I can punch pretty well. It's kind of fun to punch ants. You know, this game kind of freaked me out a couple of times. It's really good at that. There's something behind you, so you're always turning around to see if there's something there. And the sound effects are just completely amazing. Definitely knocked the sound right out of the box. And I enjoy the music too. It's not necessarily the best I've ever heard, but it's much better than a certain new game whose name will not be mentioned. I killed that ant so fast you probably didn't see that, but one of the basic survival strategies at the beginning here is to throw stuff from a distance. You can usually kill ants or at least weaken them considerably by chucking a rock or a knife or a skull or a holy hand grenade of Antioch. And that is what we call exposition. Very subtle. And I'm not even going to draw attention to the fact that they actually had the actor read the text. Not even going to mention that. Alright, so I think I got all the stuff out of the chest. And by the way, I should mention, if you, I made a mistake at the beginning by repeatedly clicking the left button and right buttons to attack, but really what you want to do is just hold it down and make sure your pointer is over the target. And also when you find stuff, it's much better to right-click on it, because that way it'll automatically stack it or put it in the appropriate container. And apparently dual wielding has no penalties in this game. You can wear a shield, but I was never able to figure out how much that shield really helped. This game got really tough once I got to level 2. I'm going to play just a little bit more of this intro because I want you to see what happens when I get the journal. That's a really important object you definitely want to find.
Lost one, is this the best you can do? This mortal is not worth my time.
Is that a rendering
Cool
glitch?
Chrome, do not gloat so soon. My champion will
Look,
defeat
lady,
you.
I'm not really looking for a commitment.
It is the start. You have escaped me once. You shall not escape me again. I have you now, and I will find the rest. Now back to yourself.
Thank you, Cool Coom.
You are foolish to put your trust into this one, Thera. I will show you that you should not believe in your foolish mortals. Begone. Mortal, know that your soul is still your own by my whim. The tides of destiny will not save you at the appointed time. Know that we shall meet again. Tread lightly until then, for my wrath is legion.
So your wrath is a very large number. Interesting. Alright, I was glad he went away so I could finally search those bones. See where my priorities are. And one thing I love about this, you can get all the items you want. You do not have to worry about weight limits. Just like at the buffet line. I was going back and reading some of the contemporary reviews of this game, and they really were harsh about the graphics. They called these dungeons very drab, very look-alike. I don't know. I didn't really, looking at it now, I guess I can see what they were talking about, but I didn't, as I was playing it, I didn't really notice. It's actually very intense. I gotta say, though, the AI here is really pathetic. I mean, these guys make Roombas look like Wintermute. I mean, I can just stand here and chuck rocks at this Michael Jackson wannabe all day long. I'm sitting here trying to think of a logical reason why this guy can't crush over that threshold. I think he's trying to lull me into a false sense of security. By the way, these things are called Shargas. See, I know the lore of this game. Yeah, Shargas. Have I mentioned that you need to sweep your mouse over every wall? Because there's hidden panels everywhere. And you will need every little healing potion, every little root you can possibly find. Otherwise, you're going to be backtracking like you wouldn't believe here in about an hour or so. The combat, it may not look like much, but it is fun. It tends to go really quickly. The only negative is your health tends to go really quickly. And most of the monsters won't kill you outright, if you're fully healed, but The downside is you have to go a long ways to heal, and there's the only way that I found to heal yourself is by finding those roots and potions. Otherwise, you're trekking all the way back to a fountain. Now, apparently much, much later in the game, you get magic. I played for about 10 hours, never got to that point, so your miles may vary. Let's skip a bit, brother.
This my home! Monster, you leave!
See, role-playing games impart moral virtues like breaking into somebody's home and killing them from a distance. I don't know why, but this is satisfying. Makes no sense. But kicking it back here from a safe place and just throwing rocks at this guy until I wheedle him down. This is fun times. All right, let's finish him off. Whoa, where are you going? Back here. Ooh! Ooh! Yeah, he was going for this panel over here. I'll be damned. I don't know what the hell that panel's supposed to be for. I thought you might have to put something in it, but I never figured out what. Let's search the straw. Nothing. And here it is, the famous journal. Once you get this, you get all kinds of information. You can see all your skills there, your stats, strength, agility, health. Very simple system. You can look at your clues, see what's going on. Unfortunately, it's glitched and you can't actually read it. This is the lovely part, the map. This game, it has a great auto mapping system, and you can even input notes, which is quite nice, but you're probably not going to want to use this. You're probably going to want to do like I did and hit Shift F8 and get the chords, and then just keep your own notes somewhere. All right, so let's skip ahead to my other save game and take a look at a little bit later in the game. Yeah, I know it. Looks exactly the same! I swear I didn't even notice as I was playing this. All right, breaking out the handy-dandy map. I want to show you another cool little gadget I have here. I can actually use this orb to find any secret areas that aren't visibly apparent. Later on, my henchman can do the same thing, but this serves a number of uses. Plus, it's a pretty cool effect. The only lame part is the way that you activate it is you have to sort of drop it, and then hit escape, kick back, look at it, and then pick it up again. Just one of those little things that after you've done it about 100 times, you realize how tedious it is. And speaking of tedium, guess where I'm going? I noticed my health up there is down to 21, so I've got to go heal. I'm going to speed this up, but you should get some idea of the amount of backtracking we're talking about here. I mean, this is insane. And there are some secret doors and stuff that'll speed this up a little bit, but I discovered I was spending about as much time going back to this fountain as I was playing the game, and it gets really frustrating, as I said, on that second level, because just one encounter pretty much knocks you down to near fatal levels, so it's back here pretty much after every skirmish. I'm probably just missing something here. If I am, please feel free to blast me about it, but yeah, this really sucked. But it's not all bad. Let's take a look at something fun.
Greetings. I am the great Wahuka. Or, if you prefer, Wahuka the Great.
Wahuka.
Greetings. I am the king of all goblins and fairies. You shall pay homage to me.
Hello, Wahuka. I've never seen anything like you before. What are you?
Fool. I am Wahuka the Great.
Wahuka.
Watch and learn.
Oh, big deal. I can do that. The
Listen to me.
God, how'd he do that?
How'd you do that?
Bah, you know nothing. But I can teach you. Return here with a precious offering, and I will share some of my infinite knowledge with you.
See, I tell my students that every semester. Do they bring me a precious offering? Hell no. Well, one nice thing about the game is you don't have to go it alone. Pretty soon I'm going to get some party members. Some NPCs will join me, and I can do some things. I can give them armor, put shields on them, change out their weapons. It's pretty cool. Use my ivory key here, and I'll introduce you.
Greetings, human. I am Farley Malistone of the Chakra clan.
Well met, Farley. I am Drake. How were you locked in this room?
I was exploring these ruins against the wishes of my elders, looking for my brother, Damber, and his party. Lost a season ago. Have you seen him?
Alas, I have not.
Alas, I also lost my nose!
During my search,
What the hell's up with this guy's nose?
when I was hit
It's
from
just
behind.
freaking weird.
Before I could
He's
recover,
kind of like
the door
Mr.
was
Piggy.
locked. I heard Throgish voices in the distance.
Froggish?
Throgs are underground dwellers of a dark nature, along with their brethren, the Shargus, mortal enemies of my clan. I have split many a Throg's skull with my axe. It is their way to hit a noble warrior from behind.
Insert inappropriate joke here.
We should journey together for safety.
Aye, that is wise. You have saved my life. As my people say, I have debt to pay, and paid it shall be. Take this sword. It is of good dwarven steel, and will serve you with honor.
Man, even the swords have honor. What a game. Actually, this is a way, way better than my sword. Can't wait to equip it. If I can figure this out. I like they're reaching out to give you a toast. Hey, cheers, cheers. I mean, I don't exactly know how I would respond to some guy in skin-tight leather bursting into my prison cell. One thing's for sure, though. Once you get this henchman, oh man, the game gets so much easier. This guy packs a wallop. Unfortunately, they still seem to want to attack me all the time, so it's still doing the backtracking, but at least I'm killing the monsters quicker. As you can see, you've got slots there for four henchmen. So I've probably only just barely scratched the tip of the iceberg of mixed metaphors here. But, you know, I had a lot of fun playing this, and I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Overall, I found this quite enjoyable, backtracking aside. There's quite a few challenging sequences, too, like this one. Double Michaels. Let's see how much they like my holy hand grenade. Try to kill them before they kill me. Got him. So there's a lot of moments like that in the game where, you know, I almost feel like the designers knew that there were these workarounds, like getting stuck in the doorways and sort of taking advantage of the pause in combat there.
This is intriguing. It looks similar to the orb that Cool used to trap Thera. I wonder if another of the lost gods is trapped in here. I should examine this orb closely.
And by examine, he means drop it on the floor. Yeah, that's intuitive. Manual for this game sucks, by the way. And so does this. There is a key here somewhere. You cannot see it. You have to just carefully scroll your mouse around, clicking, and checking to see if you've managed to find it. I got stuck here. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Finally, I gave up and looked it up, and that was what it was. Pixel hunting. Oh, you gotta love it. Well, as the fanboys would say, it adds to the challenge. And that's all for this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Should be back next week with a new interview series with Mark Soderwall, very experienced graphic artist. That's everything there is to know about video games and art. So I hope you're looking forward to that. It's going to be great. As always, I want to thank everyone who has donated to the show. It really means a lot to me. Also, I should mention, if you want to get a copy of Stonekeep. It's available over at GOG.com, GOG.com. I'll post a special link on my show, and if you use that link, whatever you buy at GOG, a small part of that will go to support Matt Chat, so keep that in mind. By the way, GOG has all kinds of Christmas holiday type of offerings right now. If you go there, you'll probably walk away with quite a few games besides Stonekeep, but very reasonable, couple bucks, kind of a no-brainer, so get over there and enjoy yourself. Now, I wanted to bring back a little Matt Chat tradition too, at the urging of a certain Denmarkian viewer by the name of Bamimo. Bamimo, I really missed the Ale of the Week segments, so I've got a nice one I thought was really appropriate for this week's game. It is called Dragon's Milk, and it is apparently aged in oak barrels, whatever that means, right in New Holland, Michigan. Not the other Holland, but Holland, Michigan. Anyway, I got my drinking horn here. This is, of course, the proper container for Dragon's Milk. So I'll pour this now and give it a taste. All right, so let's give this one a go. Oh, I almost forgot. There's a toast to you, Bamimo, DK, or Bamimo. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but at this point of the night, it really doesn't matter. Thanks anyway, and let's give it a go. Okay, first of all, this is a very, very strong alcohol, very strong ale, as I suppose the name Dragon's Milk would suggest. It's got sort of like if you can imagine a Guinness, but much more potent in terms of alcohol, and a lot of kind of a cherry, chocolatey sort of flavor here. Definitely not something you would want to drink too much of too quickly. I already sort of feel this getting to me, so I better finish up. See what you've created, Bamimo. Anyway, I found this really great quotation for this week's episode, and it's from Denny Van Tassel, I believe is how you pronounce this guy's name. He's a computer scientist, and it goes something like this. I finally figured out what upward compatible means. It means we get to keep all of our old mistakes. See you guys next week.
Damn, that was annoying.